Testing, testing. Okay, now we're gonna say only issue, yes. So the converted entry metadata becomes and tags. Anyway, now we must run a US script. I know. Status. So we're going to put that in final folder so it runs last. Then delete. Okay, and now I say run the XML. Run. So what I'm just doing here, was that a fucking crash? Oh Jesus, man. Stop now. What happened there? Make extra things on. Lemma status. Okay. Create a backup. Jesus, how can it take so damn long? Documents to tlex backups. Man. Okay, and plan a English script. Oh no, it doesn't crash when it runs there. So, did action, no, did action S is on T. It's the same thing, except low-pass process, current node, be converted entry, current entry equals entry. Oh, it's not exactly the same. Still, there's nothing wrong with this. Be converted entry, Lua. Let's see if the problem is with the system or with the script. Okay. Well, that worked. So something in the script made it crash. Item converted entry, see get current output, finding when I waited in Japan anymore. That's the most recent thing I added, so maybe it's that. Let's continue from the sentence for the lemma. Cycles are one while nights x not equal to null, let's get print. Subtract n plus 1. Equal to end. Find descendants. Convert an entry. I wonder if this is a problem. Night size minus 2. This we don't want to do anyway, because there's only one. So leave it for now. And put row element type. Converted entry. Delete the FFFs. I'm pretty sure that worked. It's just not that. That. Didn't crash now. To delete the FFS, it's done everything it's supposed to, except bubble that to the end. Let's just run it manually, same script. Run exact same script. Still didn't work. TF get current doc get HT find them in my name. That's probably a clue why. File selection line 3. Yes, I will explain that. And there should be a UTF-8 to that signature. Let's try it again. I know it did everything it's supposed to. Shit, I can't even read those labels. Failure convert from passive. So don't do that. Okay, then if this causes us to crash, get current doc.dt find element by name lemma, at status equals element lemma, found attribute by name status. If address status not equal to null, current entry set attribute display with string address status. You convert, select, converted. Crash. It's the exact same script, which I just ran fine by running it manually afterwards. Let's do that. And wait, we don't know. So let's disable it. Stop. It's pissing me off. So run that. Now say run the lm script. If the exact same script crashes, it doesn't crash. Doesn't crash when you run it manually. Current reals PNG. Current node. Alright, let's see why that should be any different. The fuck? What in God's name is going on, man? Oh, that's not right. Restore. Syntax error. Unknown. End of file expected. Fuck, man. Fuck! Fucking fuck off! The same script works, so there's nothing wrong with the script. Because if I go clear and we go execute Lua script and we select it and run it on its own. Oh no, it doesn't work. It was working. Fuck man, what is happening? There's nothing wrong there. Pushman. There's literally nothing wrong with that. Like, piss off. High. Okay, it does the high. Right. So let's put a bunch of these. Run it again. Five, 3, 4, 5. And crash. Piss off, man. Check the log file. Is David up there? I got tlex log. Should log the done. ++ number entries done. What's this? Let's check it out. This is making me very angry right now. Because I'm this close, I basically have everything ready to start running 20,000 entries converting, except this, whatever the fuck bullshit is happening right now. Blah 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 blah. Converted entry metadata, not ms metadata label empty. The attribute equals entry get element find attribute by name. Converted entry metadata. Better not null. And attribute type equals cdata. Is there something to do with this then? This equals this metadata label plus equal to I mean that looks really straightforward. One, two, 1B. Maybe something is corrupting when I set that thing. It's a normal string. Action entries XSLT convention and is metadata label equals S label. Okay, that equals date equals string format. S label equals S label plus comment date equals plus S date. Second label plus entries plus string format. Percentage D, then it says percentage S. I really don't see a problem there, man. I'm gonna seriously lose my temper in a second. I feel like I'm stuck in a traffic jam. Blah blah blah. 1B after. Why are there no message boxes from that script now? Maybe they run in the wrong order. What? Oh, it's a multi-pass thing. So this gets called more than once and pass. This should not be getting called. Oh, wait a minute. This is wrong. Now I see why it's crashing. Now I understand. Okay. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Okay, of course it's crashing. Alright. This post process unlock resulting log in tree. This is getting called in the wrong place. Past a lower post. Ah, this is. Do stuff post entry. This. This should happen. Yeah. This is the script I'm looking at that crashes. Actually, I don't understand anymore why it's crashing. Because this is indeed correct. Current entry equals p entry, current node equals p entry. There's nothing wrong with this. This. Delete intermediate passes. Blah 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 and blah 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 blah. And put that there. There's still nothing funny going on anyway. Everything looks fine. Oh, wait a minute. This stuff and this. My script assumes this is already running. So should this be run before or after this stuff? I think after. That's quite a difference. I know. But MA pre. Not MA pre as well. I still don't understand why it's crashing. Actually. SDFFF. Okay, now we should get that's more correct. Blah blah blah. 345. 1B utter. Label SDFFF. Date equals. Integer equals 1. 1, 2 utter done. It didn't crash. Everything worked fine. Okay, so something about. I think actually I know what's happening. My script, because this was getting called fast, was deleting structures that still pointed to here. So they were dangling pointers here. Yeah, that's what was happening. Okay, now I can take out the 20 million message boxes. I hate it when you've got straightforward code, and it's just crashing. Okay, Now let's take all the message boxes out of this dumbass script. Alright. And we're about ready to actually have a properly converted entry. But there's one small thing I want to change still. That, yeah, failure convert, failure converted. I'm going to change these labels all to failure conv. Customize digit D. Activate list status. Rename. Failure conv converted. I should conv 7. And the styles we're going to change as well. That must just be those three characters must disappear. Voila. Okay. Save. Now unlock the database and do another create backup. And this takes fucking forever for who knows what reason. Let's try to commit some changes while that runs. Right, so that is kaput sec, man. It really takes an unholy amount of time. I wonder if it's because my SD drive is full. So let's do it this. Apparently they slow down when you get into the last percent of available space. I don't know how much though. That much? I don't know. Must do some objective tests. Okay. But that is an unholy amount of time. For just a 450 megabyte file. Git pull and git push. Right. There are a lot of things to do while I wait. Okay, so one question I have now is, before I run this thing, I should probably flag to do and only do the to do's, and then not do any, like if I say element node find filter similar subtree, there's 21,260 that look like this. Okay, so these scripts, if they convert correctly, in theory I can convert 21,000 entries now already. That's why I'm excited. Let me just try something. Let's add anima selector to the filter. 21260, 21258. So two of them are already done and shouldn't be done. Okay, wait, let's say that and anima base selected. We should be able to get those two. Right, here they are. So what should be interesting is actually, in theory, our script should generate. Oh no, it won't, because our script doesn't get them off. But that doesn't matter. Bushman lander, Bushman lander, Bushman lander. Okay, the only information I think we might want out of this thing, Bushman lands, Bushman lands, Bushman lander, Bushman lander. And because they're identical to that, if we go show all, we're going to see both versions. And then we see that Bushman lands is there as just text. What I want to do is take these off the table by stripping out that That information must be transferred onto the lemma and then actually thrown away. Actually, I only want it on the lemma. So do I even need this? This is more of historical interest than it was on a lemma. But let's get rid of this. We got the created date and created by, we got that information. What we don't have is this information. Is that useful information? But that we can replicate somehow by adding it to the history. Yeah, I want another coffee. So what I want to do is clear this whole entry of, gosh, there's two statuses. Alright, clear this entry. Both of them. Compare the same. Animal base selected. Same with punctuation not compared. Different, diff result. I want to clear the status totally. So I want to clear it's just by chance I want to clear the status in this case. So it's going to look like it was never on a lemma. Yeah, that bothers me somehow because I guess we can leave in the lemma nodes, but the thing is the lemma nodes are no longer accurate anyway, because some of them have been created in tlex. Because what the users do is they take an existing entry as a template and go duplicate article, and now suddenly a little marker that's supposed to indicate that the entry came from Onoma now doesn't mean anything, because it didn't come from Onoma, it came from tlex, so it's actually incorrect. The correct way to handle this is that this should be part of the history. We should just have history. But it's useful to be able to search on them at the moment sometimes. To say, okay, search all animal lemmas. But actually it's not relevant to the users. It's all tlex. And the JD is the same. Bushman Lander, the SW is the same. There's no stress symbols. So what I think I want to do is make a lemma script that unticks all these options from the list, okay? On-base version selected and all that cock. Strips out the folio lemma and the animal lemma node. Do we need it? Animal lemma. No, it's just taking up space in memory and being confusing to the users. Absolutely no point in having it there, except for historical interests, because it's nice to be able to just go to the stats, and with the exception of the cases like the cloned ones, or where a user might have deleted the animal lemma, I guess it's sort of nice to be able to say this entry came from Onoma. I could put that in the new conversion metadata field and say, okay, this was Onoma lemma with the following metadata information: modified date, created date. How is that useful? The modified. What I should do is save into the histories. I should get a backup from the day I converted everything from Anima, I guess, and save a sort of history imprint. And it's nice to be able to go say Anima lemmas and see that there's 26,000 that came from Anima. But I mean, the users more or less know which ones came from Anima. They have a certain range of dates created, and certain alphabetic sections, primarily R and S1. I could leave this flag Anima base version selected, but we know, also know sort of, but actually no, it's just there's creepy noises in this building. This wind is blowing. Do the users want to know this was Anima entry? Let's filter on that. No, it just complicates editing. Like the new users then have to be taught, what is the Anima lemma node? Is it something they need to add? But like, yeah, we have the modified date, 2007-12-11, created by AEC, and it's no doubt, it's since been modified, but you still have the created by information. But we're in a sense losing a little bit of history, because in a way that metadata is like a history node. But the history should be handled differently anyway. I can see who created it, a let, but then I can see it was modified now. The Anima version was modified by AEC, let. The current version was modified by a different user. But I think I should take the 2015 version from when I converted this Anima data and just generate back history. Then they'll be able to say, okay, history, and then see our later version, but or something. Well, in this case, it's slightly more complicated than that because of these folio lemmas. Well, I can just set it to show both. Yeah, I can set it. Yeah, to imprint both photo lemma and the main lemma. Simple. And dump that in the history. But then let's go back to that Busmanland story. Is that what we want to do? Yeah. See that and that. Put that in the history before I do this. No, it's just going to get in the way. Are the users going to go back and say, look, compare, blah, blah, blah. They might. They might. If that thing shows me once more that I need space on D, really, it's just a small. Okay. That would be funny. The system administrator putting that in the message of the day every time someone logs in. Piss off, fuck off the user base. Trolling your own users. I think there might be very rare occasions where they might want to check this information and see both the onomelemma and the photolemma. But I would rather look for an old backup. Back W backup. These are Postgre dumps. I'd have to import them. I can import them. Backup 2017-01. That's very old, but it's also newish. I'm curious to just 2015 backups before and after upgrade from Postgre 9.3. That might be an issue. Final before running compare tool. Backup immediately after running compare tool. That could be an interesting backup. For sure. Finish projects, but artist clear failure, final failure conversion. That's also an interesting backup. Interesting backup points for history, potential history. So I want to retroactively generate history. That is not my job, yeah. But I'm this close to having a cool history feature in. So that final is square conversion. There's two really interesting points. One would be, that would be that one, and this one would be this one. Import from Onoma 2013-2014. Tildic stages. Final role is deleted. I don't know what's the actual final, but these are two really interesting points where I would definitely want to say generate a full history. like a run through every entry and save a snapshot with the basic how the entry looked, who modified it last at these particular points in time. That does not look interesting. What's that? That looks like a mess. But like if we go look at Busmanlander, but that won't be in, or will it? Right. Busmanlander. Alright, so we, yes, okay. That'll be interesting because we'll get that nonsense. Alright, as well visible. So let's have XML, HTML, and text in the history. Plus the metadata. This. I wonder now. Tools, database. I must have done a merge. This looks pre-merge. So this is not actually the interesting one. The interesting one is final failure, big initial merge. That's the interesting one. Full merge. That is the really interesting one. The first fully merged combined one. Oops. I think as long as I put in the history XML version, then that ornament lemma metadata will be there. And I have the interesting backup points to do it. It might not be perfect because it's going to rely on the entry IDs, which one or two here and there might have changed. So this interesting one, full merge plus final changes. And this one, the small one, final row with deleted. If we say show node IDs, we're going to get the node IDs, tools to this, show node IDs. This one on there, 93. Oh, it's different. Crap. Why? What's the ID different? 93738 27503. That's very uncool. Which one that's? But these are, oh dear, I shouldn't really look at these, should I? Let's take something like rail buses. Okay, rail buses are just random. But the ID is all different. Damn it. The IDs are different, then I can't do this. I wonder if I... I must have done it the other way around. I must have taken the folio and merged in the ornament. Rail buses. Folio full merge. Rail buses. Original entry ID, look. Boom. 4298588. Oh no. Folio lemma. Ornament lemma. 859811. Ah, I can't figure it out. 859811. So that information is in here. But how does that help me? I can use it to say, I can pretend when I generate the history, I can pretend that I can even set it, because I doubt it's used. So I can take that original entry ID and say lemma set ID to that. But that'll screw up the cross references. That doesn't matter, this is just to generate history. If I can put override those entry IDs, because if we go to the latest actual database and we can look at this entry, rail buses. Feel coffee. Oh, it's just slow. Rail buses, okay. Tools, options, show ID, yeah. What's going on? Right, rail buses. I deleted that information now, original ID, because I thought I wouldn't want it anymore. Well, now I do want it, but it's easy. I can just map the old ID to the new ID from that ornament lemma. I must just make sure there's no dupes, but there won't be any dupes. Does it make sense what I just said? Because the current database, rail buses, is 4298588. Alright, 4298588. In the final merge plus changes, scroll down, check the original ID, and then, or what I can do it the opposite way around. I can export from this a map of main lemma ID, ornament lemma ID, export a spreadsheet, load that, 2 columns, and in this, just replace, not this one, this one. So, okay, look up in the second column and replace it, the lemma, with the first column ID, because that 4 point something million won't be used in this database If we go to database administration, yeah, I think that's the simplest. Next ID is set at 2 million. Yes, and then the ID is but yeah, the cross references will have to be updated. Will they? Are there references? Let's just check. Maybe I hadn't resolved them yet. No references. Well, there must be references in the data. I mean, I know. That thing is now showing incorrectly. Why? Ah. So the vergelijk things are the references, they just look like that. Let's see how that looks now. Right click. And the same, except the difference is the VGL is PC data, it's parsing the N. What is it not doing then? Yeah. Allow text. Let's try something. I want to use this new reparse XML. Boom. By forcing in a reparse XML, lovely. I can just do that tool, which I thought was totally just for testing, suddenly has a use. Okay. So I can run that to resolve those, I guess. And then do the ID mapping thing. And then I have something I can use to generate histories of the moment of conversion. Something like that. Long story short, It's miserable outside. I just moved my bed about. It was freezing. Yeah. I'm wondering if any heaters lying around here somewhere. Okay, so let's get back to the story, which is my first priority actually. Tools, database administration. So I might actually want to run the first actual conversions. But I want to first write a script to that's to actually basically delete. I want to just create a Lua script that basically apply the ornament-based versions and delete the original. It must do a few things: delete the failure lemma, delete the ornament lemma, and untick that, and all that junk. For now, that's all it'll do. Later I'll add a few more little details there, like the JD stuff. But, what I do is a kettle for a heater and bring hot water or something. So then, basically, because I don't want these converting, in my Braille article cases for the 21,000 Braille articles. Alright. And then after that, we're going to run 21,000 test run. I don't know if I should do all of them at once, probably not. Maybe not copy of the database and then examine the results. That I can do already so long. Open the last backup. Get a Braille article, and this is really cool. Okay, this I love this one new feature. The this is a super duper feature for me. We say element, we say find filter all same subtree. So basically we have 21,000 entries that all have this exact structure, and I can know that. And that's really cool. So I can restrict the conversion then to the, so I know my conversion works for entries of this structure, and therefore, like, it's not going to be perfect necessarily, but it'll be very close. And then I know that well, hopefully no, unless I've made a mistake, which is why we need to check. But I'll be able to filter on them and say, filter all these cases, the Braille double cases, 21,000. And anytime I'll be able to filter on them and just say, look at them and see. I think there might be a few odd cases, like special cases, like things that start at sin, where technically, let's search for sin in the filters. Now even that, it looks fine actually, I don't see any. Case sensitive, none, not one. It looks like that. That's impossible. Okay, let's search for VGL. That's fine as well, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not seeing any obvious reason not to just run this thing on the lab database. But now the cool thing, we can restrict our script. We can say, let's just make sure keep original is on, conversion scripts 2, and then we say apply to 21,200, XSLT conversion, we call it Breiartappel, we call it dry run Breiartappel, so we know that it's these 21,000 cases. So later I'll be able to search for this label. Oh no, what's this message box? That's not gonna work. Come on, man. There, stupid, left in a message box. Okay, I can't run it because of the dumb message box. I'm not going to set 21,000 times. Let me just rebuild with that message box. That would be funny if I'm not, okay, set it 21,000 times if I have to. Right. Backups. Breiartappel filter on these cases, okay. By saying element node, find filter all same. And let's just try run a couple of them. Try run Breiartappel. See how it comes out. And what I can do afterwards is do a show differences. So in theory, every single one should look identical afterwards. If it doesn't, we know something went wrong. I just want to make sure that that's the hidden part. No! It's not supposed to be showing that. It's supposed to be showing a new one. It's weird. Format styles. I think I know why. Because, damn it. I think I tested now. I renamed this folioconf. But yeah, there it is, folioconf. So why is it showing the all FF case instead of the... Let's go folioconf select converted. Folio based version. Oh, I did the logic wrong. That or is supposed to be there. Voila. Now we do show differences. Better. And now we know the one, nothing, you know, I know that's hidden. Alright, so that difference, I'm just going to apply it to the real database. And then we can run it. Run it on all filter 21,200. Dry run, dry, whatever, 21k. Boom. Now it's probably going to take a long time. Let's see. While we're doing that, I need to go make that small change to the styles in the live database. So the first computer I did serious programming on had 20 megabytes of hard disk space. I'm just thinking, no matter how much you buy, it's never enough. This is now about a 500. You just fill it up, like it's always full. I could buy a 10 terabyte drive and instead, and by tomorrow afternoon I'll have it filled up. I'll just put all my pics and backups and everything from that drive on my main computer, and it'll be full. And I'll be like, oh, but I really need this. I have to carry it around. Or I really want to carry these things around. I mean, you know, you just like expand infinitely. The more space you have, the more you use. Okay, so toggle that on, toggle that off. Now we're in the live database, and that I just want to make a change to the styles. Oh, and then I can write that script. So that from that OR deck comes out and goes there. That's almost finished. Wow. But why does that look like a mess? What's happening here? That's not right. What did this happen here? Oh, I ran it twice on the same thing. Restore, because double, and now I run it just on its own. Now we use a super cool feature, but the filter won't work properly anymore because the structures have changed. No, actually they will. Use that tag to show differences. This is the really cool part. I can automatically now, using all the features I put in yesterday and the day before, I can have a tag just the entries that now look different. And if they all look identical, that's good news. If 100 of them look different, I have to go see why. 14,000 look different, that's bad news. What the hell is going on? That's why. Of course. So the lemma underscore should become some sort of display. Yeah, because that field is alright. We're not quite ready to run. Damn it. If there's a lemon display, where are we going to put it? I think we should create like a header section. That's what the first dev group is in a way. A header section. But this is now weird. I don't know where it belongs actually. Basically, if it's got these little goodies in them, but they said I can just hide that. Oh no, wait, we can't just hide it. They then said I can't just hide it. Okay, either this must be something that comes above lemma, above the main dev group, or let's look at these giant entries. Alright, so in these huge entries we have this empty dev group followed by a 1, followed by I, okay. Yeah, like, I don't know what the... Why is there a blank one? Just for the styling tour. It's very weird. Yeah, I'm really tired. What I'm looking for things like so that information I think is sort of header information. Is the limit disp header information? Sign. Will it belong there or there? In between. It's actually before the letter fördelning. Even. See senses. So we get in the first def group, that information and that information is all sort of header information. In my mind, there should be a separate element called a header, and those three things should go on the header, boom, or something like that. But I don't know. Look, can the second def group have a letter fördelning? Or a wordsword? It can have a wordsword. Presumably morphs as well. But where would that be? Look. Morph. And would it? It can, but would it? I think I should tinker too much with the current DTD. I must just create something that can be on a def group, but that should only be on the first one. And if it is, I want to create a header thing, header lemma display. And if it's present, hide the main lemma, show the lemma display. Oh, I can move it later. Let's just do something. Or just keep it lemma underscore and go allow the lemma underscore that spot in the DTD. In a def group. This is just really complicated, actually. Between instances of same massive amounts are either a CT, well, I'm saying CT, or space, or rarely C, or no between directly adjacent, and then a bunch of weird cases. Yeah, time. That's probably a mistake. That should be something between them. CT. Oh no, it is right. C. Huh? Is it? I don't know. I'm actually not sure. That should probably have a new line, the B one. Something like that. Just after. I know. Whatever then. A star. Why is there a few weird cases? There should be tons. Because when they're like that, they're not between. It's just, if we go statistics to tails, we should just see a text node to the right. And then, yeah, that's a lot of them. Anyway, text, yeah, 114,000. But to the left, CTC. Trillions of CTs and Cs. Very few of anything else. These are probably all... Those could be legit. Strangely enough. Oh, but this one is onoma based selected entries. Pantoffel. Ew, my head needs a break. I shall be back maybe.